Hello. For those who don't know me, my name is Monica Lowe Creary, and by profession, I'm an organizational management strategist. But I suppose it's my connection to Rashida Wilson, my sister friend, and also CEO and founder of Nehemiah Leadership Institute, that landed me the invitation to speak to you all today. When Rashida asked me to talk with you all, the topics that she chose were overcoming um, imposter syndrome, dismantling doubt, and just owning your worth. And it was funny to me that she chose those topics for me to talk about because it's really something that I tend to battle pretty regularly, if I'm being honest. To give a live example, I know that the conference this weekend that I'll be attending, Audacious Influence, I'll be in the room with some pretty big hitters. These are women who have established themselves in their career. They've achieved high leadership levels. And if I'm being honest, I know that I will come in and I will have to talk myself into being confident amongst these women because I pretty much daily have to remind myself that I'm a leader in my own right. And so I figured that was the message that I would share with you all today. Just some points, some things that I've used in my journey to get myself to a level of confidence where I'm able to be successful where I am and still continue to strive for achievement. So the first thing that I wanted to kind of talk about is imposter syndrome. We've heard that buzzword for so long. I mean, it's been out there for quite a few years. But for the sake of this talk, I'll just define imposter syndrome as an internal voice that erodes your confidence and tells you that you don't have the right to be in the space that you're in. Um, the funny thing is that it happens to all ages, it happens to all genders and people of all backgrounds. And as a matter of fact, studies have shown that at least 70% of people deal with imposter syndrome at some point in their lives. But just because it's common does not mean that it's harmless. And so I wanted to kind of call out some of the ways that it's harmful to our well being and to our health. Imposter syndrome can undervalue your contribution overall. It can cause you burnout from overworking to prove that you're enough. And it can also cause you to avoid opportunities out of fear of being found out that maybe you're not the expert that people perceive you to be. These reasons alone validate why we should fight against it at all cost. But how do we do that? So some of the things that I use to eradicate self-doubt from my life are naming the voice. If you literally assign this negative voice a name, then it creates a separation, a space between you and the voice. So if you have, if you're attempting to do something and you hear, this voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough or that you're going to struggle or you won't be successful, if you can identify, okay, that voice is not me. You assign the voice a name, negative Nancy, doubtful Dan, whatever it is that you want to call it. If you assign that voice a name, it creates that space that allows you to say, okay, I'm the observer and I'm asking this voice to leave. Another strategy, and this is one that I've used pretty much since high school off and on, is keeping a journal of your wins. So if you have successes each week, if you just kind of jot down, successes that you have throughout the week, it starts to become your book of receipts, if you will. The fact that, when you start to hear that voice again telling you that, oh, you won't be able to accomplish this, you refer back to what you have been able to accomplish over your lifetime. And then it becomes a powerful tool to remind you that you are a winner. The third strategy is trying to redefine confidence. Sometimes we think that confidence means never doubting ourselves at all. And you'd be surprised because the most powerful people in the world battle confidence at one time or another. But the difference is that true confidence is acting in spite of self-doubt. So you don't wait until you feel like you belong. You decide in the beginning that you do belong, and then you take action from there. So let's shift to talking about owning your self-worth. It's my belief that we are all created by a powerful being that created us to be his masterpieces. You don't do that if you are creating something that doesn't have any value. We were born with each of us has been born as a unique being, and we have everything in us to be a success from birth. It's a matter of cultivating it. It's a matter of continuing to connect to that higher power because he is our creator. So he knows us best. We should follow his lead. But then understanding that our worth is more than just a title or our resume or how we performed in a previous meeting. Our worth is not up for debate. It was given to us from the beginning. It's who we are. But we have to remind ourselves of this because society will do everything in its power to tear us down. Society will try to convince us that we don't have as high a value that we have by tying our value to productivity or perfectionism or comparison. So that's a trap, and we need to be mindful of that as we move forward in life. So let me quickly give you some reminders to take from this talk. Your worth is inherent, period. You were born with worth, your existence, your perspective, your lived experience, all of it adds up to the value of who you are today. Full stop. Growth doesn't cancel belonging. That's the second point. You can be a work in progress and still be exactly where you are. You don't need to have all of the answers to have an impact. I once heard a motivational speaker, Tony Robbins, and I want to read his quote. He said, "We are meant to grow so that you have something to give, but that doesn't mean that you can't give right where you are." So that means don't wait until you achieve a certain level in order to shine your light. You can do that right where you are right now. The third reminder is that you are already enough. You were born with everything already inside you to be a success. So my hope is that with these reminders that I've given you today, that you will go into this conference if you're attending and you will just walk through and you will be open to everything that is going to offer you and not let any self-doubt or imposter syndrome block you from receiving the blessings that will happen this weekend. The conference is going to be amazing. And I look forward to being able to see you. Don't miss out on what it has to offer. And understand that you belong here. It's not because you've checked off all the boxes. It's not because someone gave you permission. It's not because you're present, your voice. You have to understand that your present and your voice have value exactly where you are right now. This world needs you. It needs your light. And each and every day, I want you to wake up and decide that you are going to shine exactly where you are. Thank you.